Hello, Audrey Lindsay here. Oh, I haven't done one of these for ages. I'm feeling a bit guilty. And I think it's because the last time I posted one of these, I made this solemn undertaking that I was going to learn how to do Instagram stories and that I would post something much more interesting. Well, I've completely failed to do that, of course. I did download CapCut and I had a little play around, but then I gave up, which is often the way of things with me. But things have been quite busy, sort of venturing into some new areas. So I now know how TikTok works and the sort of style you need for TikTok, which apparently is very grabby. I wasn't grabby enough. I got a lot of directorial notes, faster, faster, faster. And I did think, I don't think I can go any faster. And then they said, don't worry, we'll sort it out in the edit. So, I haven't had, oh, I have seen that. Yes, it is fine. And it was slightly faster than I was speaking, but I tried to keep up. And then this sort of area of social media ads, more sort of user generated content style. So I'm not actually the user. I may be playing a podcast host. So that's been very nice because I've worked for that company more than once, and I think they've just submitted another inquiry. So that's always fabulous, being invited back. What else? Well, I've got a new backdrop, and I like this one. It's a little bit softer. The other one was quite a dark grey, so just see how this plays. I continue not to get any commercials I go up for, which is a little bit painful because obviously they're very lucrative for the people fortunate enough to get them, who is not me, alas. But I persist. I'm still very happy with my self-tapes. I do put a lot of effort into those because I know that the stakes are higher. But I think a lot of my other ones now I'm much quicker. I met this wonderful woman on a job on Tuesday who's 80, was she 84 or 86? Anyway, completely iconic, loved her. And she said, oh darling, I only do one take and that's it. And I just sent it off and I thought, yes, but if you look like you and you sound like you, I'd employ you like a shot, even if you didn't do a tape at all. But for the rest of us lesser mortals, some effort has to be made. I did have a slightly unusual experience last week because I was offered a job just for the day, and it's nice little script, and I got sent an actor's agreement which I signed and duly returned, and the job was the following day. No, sorry, the job was in a day's time, and I got a message through at 9 o'clock that night. Could you please do a self-tape now or at the latest tomorrow morning and send it to us so that we've got some idea how we want to shoot this? And I thought, well, no, because I'm out right now seeing a play with my friends, so I can't do it now. And tomorrow I am actually working on another job. So I did politely say, well, you've offered me the job now, and I presumed you'd offered it to me on the basis of the work you've seen. And they didn't reply to that email. And then I just thought, I'm getting just a bit of a negative feeling about this. And so I withdrew, which I was able to do within a particular timescale. So I thought I'm going to just pull out now so they've got time to recast and I've got time to sort of think about doing something else. I don't think, we have had some discussion since, and I don't think they meant to in any way be impolite, and I wasn't offended. It didn't sort of offend me professionally. I just thought it was so impractical to assume that I would be available to do that. And also it was like a rehearsal, which I wasn't being paid for, and the job was quite low paid anyway. So I thought, no, and I think it's all right sometimes to just say no. My husband and I have this little joke because I say to him, I'm not desperate. And he goes, yes, you are. I'm not desperate. Honestly, yes, you are. So this continues to play out and we shall see. Still having a wonderful time being semi-retired. And I am trying to juggle acting work with heading off places with my husband. So we're going to Sheffield in about 4 days' time for a long weekend. And we've just booked to go back to Hull, which has a wonderful museum scene, but sadly the Maritime Museum is still closed. It's been closed for about 5 years, but I live in hope that one day it will reopen and I'll be able to go and find out all about whaling. And yes, because it looks a very interesting museum. So I hope everyone else is having a wonderful time. I'm still you know, pushing out different things, trying a bit of user generated content, put up a little portfolio of that, put up a little portfolio of lifestyle modeling, which seems to be a nice area that a lot of people are venturing into, and I've been given some very generous help and support from people I've met on shoots. So massive thank you to everyone who's given their time and knowledge to me. I really, really appreciate it. And sadly, I don't have a lot to share back with people because I'm still at the beginning of this adventure, and I know far less than them. But anyway, hope everyone has a great March, rest of February and March, and I may or may not check in in a couple of months. Take care, everyone. Bye.